hold on. Then she took me into the bathroom.
I heard. I remember.
What's up, YouTube? And I'm like looking at Mario like, stop. Welcome into the Cover Price Weekly Top 10 for the week ending May 6th, 2025. While you all are congregating, I'll do a quick little DJ intro. How about Scratch Bastards?
1, 2, ready.
See, I've been trying to get you to do that. Guys, welcome back in. Adam, come say hi. The little bird just walked in. Say hi.
Yo!
What's good,
up,
brother?
Look at that. Little guy here.
He ain't so little anymore.
So, it's a little guy collector too?
Yeah, what do you collect mostly?
Like when characters die.
He likes when characters die. I know that's a
Oh,
weird
yeah.
niche, but
I love it.
Hey,
yeah.
it might lead to something.
Oh my god.
Whoa, the flash. My God, he's going to make everybody melt.
Hey, he's flexing. He's
He
flexing.
does. You can't help it. He's like,
I love it. I love it.
You know, interesting age. Anyways, they said nice stash, Adam.
My God.
I love it.
Aren't you 14?
15.
Oh shit, 15. He's 15.
15.
Well, he just had a birthday on 420, so that's why I forgot.
That was a very good day. You know, I partied it up that day and had a great time. Wait a minute. Does that mean something
man,
else?
you got bigger pipes than me, bro.
They always give you so much shit. That's so funny. Did you guys see our nicknames? Laura the
Hey, I
Explorer.
got cataracts, man. I got cataracts. What's that?
Look at our nicknames.
Lando Commando.
Marty the Party.
I thought you guys couldn't see the bottom half, but okay.
Yeah.
You never know what Marty's wearing underneath all that. Anyways, sorry, we are so off track. Welcome in, guys, to the Cover Price Weekly Top 10. Lando, say what's good to everybody. Say what's up.
Everything's good, guys. Everything is good. It was an amazing weekend. We had the launch of Thunderbolts. I guess we're not calling that anymore, but whatever. Yeah, man, it was a great weekend. I had a good time. We're now Tuesday. I'm ready to rock it. Bring you guys the top 10 with my man Marty. My lady Laura. Guys, are you ready to bring the top 10 to these lovely people? Are you?
Hell yeah. Let's do it. Wait, did you see Thunderbolts?
Damn right I did.
I haven't seen it. I've heard
Lando asked me. He was like, "Hey, did you?" I didn't see it either, Lando. But obviously, do you think? Yes, 2 thumbs up. What do you think?
It was amazing. I loved every second of it. Every second.
And probably the reason why we're seeing a couple books on this list this evening that represents that, you know. And honestly, you don't see that. That's very rare that you see a movie that comes out and then books follow after that. Typically, we see a prior to that and then the movie or the show, right?
Yeah, there you go. Scott knows what's up, guys. The movie was amazing, man. I loved it. But the list tonight's amazing too. So let's get into that.
Yeah. Marty, anything that we want to say before I hop in?
No, let's get this show started. Thank you for everybody in the chat that's watching us live, and if you're watching us on the rewind, we really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and share, and enjoy the show.
Let's do it. All right, guys. Again, this is the Cover Price Weekly Top 10. Our list is 100% data driven. So we're looking at the last 7 days of actual aftermarket sales. We're looking at major units sold, major sales, and percentage growth in deciding which comics make the list. Okay, so every week we have a runners up, one that almost made it, but not quite. Marty, what do we have this week?
Yeah, and it give us some time. I'm sure it's going to move up. Thunderbolts Volume 1, Number 1. This is the direct, published by Marvel, April 1997, and spoilers ahead. So, if you have not seen it yet, once again, spoilers ahead. The Thunderbolts are here. After the debut of the film, many changes to the MCU were teased. In this comic, the Thunderbolts are revealed to be former villains who are now acting as heroes. In Thunderbolts, the surprise comes from revealing these former anti-heroes are now the new Avengers. It is an interesting twist, and Marvel is counting on this being a hit. It's so much that they have already revealed this twist is on social media, despite the film only being released this past weekend. We tracked 20 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 47% with a high sale of $100 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $22. Okay.
Ooh.
I see this moving up, obviously. Based off of Lando, you said this was a great movie. I had not seen it yet.
It has Florence Pugh. That's all you need. She is so perfect.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to watching this. So
She
hopefully
really
this
is.
weekend.
You know, before the movie even dropped, I had said that I think she was actually going to steal the show, and everybody who had screen time dominated the screen, no matter who it was.
Really?
It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. The story was great. I was seeing things online where it was apparently supposed to be a totally different route, story-wise, but bringing in Sentry as, I guess we could say the villain. It was just so fitting for everything that was going on with these characters. Now, what's interesting about this book, though, not one character in this book is relevant to the movie. And
Really?
that's what's pretty funny is, you said, Marty, that the Thunderbolts now books are starting to take off, even, after the movie rather than prior. Although, there's other Thunderbolt books that have done relatively well on the aftermarket for, the last couple of years, ever since we got rumors and such. There's actually a character in the movie named Mel who's working side by side with Valentina. And I really believe she's, what's her name? Songbird. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys remember the character Songbird, Melissa Gold, but I would say that's probably the only character who would probably be relevant in this book. This book actually has the first cameo of Jolt. So, yeah, it's very interesting to see this book taking off, although not one character really matters if we're specking movie-wise. But the movie did bring people, closer to wanting to know more about Thunderbolts, and that's amazing. So I'm happy to see that. I really thought the movie was great. If I even had to grade it and pretend I was Siskel or Ebert, I would say 8 on 10.
Very nice. Well said, brother. Well said.
I'm sold. My kids went and saw it, and Ellie's like, it was such a good movie for mental health. And I was like,
yes.
Okay, good to know. That's all she told me. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
that's not what you would think somebody would say in their review, but that was what she liked the most about it.
Yeah.
All right, runners up. Thunderbolts #1, the direct edition with a 9.8 coming in at $100 and a 7-day trend of 47%. Lando, what do we have to officially kick off the list?
Well, let's kick it off with this amazing cover that everybody's been in love with since it dropped. It's Summer of Superman Special #1, the Alexander Lozano by DC that came out just April 2025. Now, fans have been showing up for the wedding of John Henry, Irons, Steel, and Lana Lang. It's been hyped for a while after the same happened within the Arrowverse on TV, and it didn't disappoint. The Summer of Superman is an event, and with the film right around the corner, it is quite the buzzword lately. We tracked 43 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 4% with a high sale of $100 for a CGC 9.8 copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $24. So it's dropped on the list, but still holding on a spot within the top 10 at number 10. And we've spoken a few times already about this cover. I've said it before. I like this. I love the cover. I have no problems with this. But I know some people do have a little issue with her looking young.
I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sorry for them that they feel that way because they're missing out on great, wonderful artwork. To me, this goes in the same category as and God, I can't remember Josh. I think it was Joshua Middleton's Batgirl cover. Forgot which one. You know, it's just her head.
23?
Yeah, I think
23.
it was 23. It's just her head. Really beautiful, sultry color cover, if you will. And I think this falls in the same category. This is a beautiful cover, and this is already at a 9.8 at $100. I could foresee this going up in that category as well. I think it will hold at 100, but I wouldn't be surprised if it bumps up just a little bit. You know, I see this being $100 book.
This is an open order book too, guys. We had tons of these on our shelves at the LCS. So like, I mean, yeah, you got to read the tea leaves, try to stay ahead of it a little bit. Put this on your pull list if you see this artist popping back up. I went on a little bit of a deep dive with his stuff, and he has some amazing books out there.
Oh yeah,
really good stuff. So, all right, number 10, Summer of Superman Special number 1, the Alexander Lozano variant, 9.8, $100, and a 7-day trend of 4%. All right, what are we on? 9, Marty. Oh,
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah, this is back again. Pinupocalypse number 2.
Yes, you nailed it.
good job.
Yeah, Math Skiff 1 in 15, massive April of 2025. Pick 5, save lives and empty wallets. At least those aiming to secure this 1 in 15 from Matthew Skiff are parting with some funds. It's another ratio variant for this book, and likely not one the average collector would walk past at their LCS. For being such cheaper than its higher ratio cousin, it's moving similar numbers on the aftermarket. We tracked 8 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 24%, with a high sale of $47 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $31. Now, I saw this and I saw the other variants as well to this on FOC, and I just kind of passed it, to be honest with you. It's, to me, I don't know. It's not for me, I guess. You know, I'll just leave it at that.
What do you think, Lando? That's okay. Yeah.
So when it comes to the actual covers that are available for Pinupocalypse, there's a variety of great ones. The variants do very well. And I think that they're all stunning. I like this Matthew Skiff one, but I don't want to spoil too many things regarding the list because, as I said, there are a lot of good ones that are out there. I don't want to toot anybody's horn just because they're on the show, but Bird City had some amazing exclusives too. So
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, the read's really good too. So Andrew Tarusov, I think I'm saying that right. He does some of the covers and the interiors, and it's entertaining. This is a good book. It's fun. It's a fun one, and I like Sveta's style. I think she's a little bit edgy. I'm with Marty on this though. This I wouldn't say is her strongest cover. There were a couple that just wow, but I would still collect it just because I don't know. I'm a fan of her style.
It has that, you know, just like the title reads, pinup, right? It has that very pinup style artwork to it. And if you like that, and especially World War II, you know, on the bombers, you'll see those pinup girl sort of art on there. I really love that. I really do. But honestly, just like you said, Laura, I don't think this one really does it justice, you know?
Yeah. Well, there you go. Number 9, Pinupocalypse number 2, the Matthew Skiff variant, 1 in 15, with a top sale coming in at $47 and 7-day trend of 24%. Wait a second. I'm stupid. This isn't Sveta, is it?
Nope.
Oh,
This
I was
what?
sitting here this entire time. I was sitting here thinking this was a Sveta, but the next one's Sveta.
It's Sveta,
That's right. That's right. Hit me with number 8, Laura.
Dang it. There we
you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Ugh.
This is what I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
many amazing covers for Pinupocalypse. And here we have issue 2 by Sveta Shubina. Bound homage. 1 in 25. Massive. April 2025. Now, the first issue in this series went gangbusters. And it's fair to assume why. Now, the fandom gets this variant for issue 2, a 1 in 25 from Sveta Shubina that doubles the trouble. It's the highest ratio available, and despite doing well on the aftermarket, it's not the most popular of titles. Local comic shops aren't in the habit of ordering a ton of copies, hence a market squeeze and major asking price on the aftermarket. On top of that, this book had exactly 350 copies printed, limiting the market further, We tracked 6 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 17%, with a high sale of $140 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $135. Guys, that is a 1 in 25 ratio, and those numbers are well over the ratio price.
Crazy.
No, it's amazing. And two things I just want to point out. I mentioned Bird City. And again, I don't say this to blow smoke up anyone's wazoo. It's just because it's the truth. The Sveta Shubina, I don't care what anyone's saying, is on my radar. An artist that is just doing such amazing work, has been hitting home run after home run. And for myself, I just love the work that's coming out from Shubina. Now,
yeah,
I have a buddy, Love for Comics, who I know is a viewer here. He hit me up. He's the one that sent me that photo that I shared with you, Laura. And he's like, yeah, dude, I cleaned house over there. He ordered because he too is loving Shubina's work. So I'm happy to see the love that the art is getting on the aftermarket. Not many people talking about what's taking place in the book. And it's okay. It's okay, guys. Some people collect because they like covers, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think Shubina is definitely going to have a big year ahead, and I'm a big fan already.
Yeah, I think so too. Marty, what do you think of this one?
Beautiful artwork. I really enjoyed this very much. I like what Shubina does. I've seen some of her past work. Definitely somebody to keep an eye on. But yeah, I just passed this up. Like I said, this wasn't for me.
Well, there you go, guys. Sveta Shubina, 1 in 25, coming in at what? 6 times ratio?
Yeah.
Almost 6 times ratio. That's crazy. That's so cool. So well done to Sveta. Top raw near mint, $140, and 7-day trend of 17%. All right, let's keep going. What do we have for 7, Marty?
Yeah. Now, G.I. Joe, a real American hero, number 1. Lord, trip me out, Marty. Jorge Fornes, foil letter, 1 in 25, image April of 2025. While G.I. Joe hasn't been crushing it as well as Transformers, that doesn't mean it's not doing well. Fans are pumped up about the IP and any subsequent and auxiliary project connected. Hence, this book, the debut issue for arguably one of the most famous members of the group, Duke, hit the fandom with a sick cover and some foils. And the race to secure a copy is on. We tracked 6 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 126%, with a high sale of $100 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $77. And so someone paid $100 for the letter E. So that's how I look at it.
That's how I feel about these two. I know that Linda was saying these are so cool and you have them all up, but this is just one that I'm like, yeah.
They do. Yeah. They do look good together. And I told you guys, this was bound to happen. We had the Roadblock one last week on our list, and now we've got the E right here with Duke. And I love it, man. I think the set looks great together. Like I said, I'm just very grateful. I think those who bought into this are grateful that G.I. Joe is just simply 5 letters. I hope they're not going to do a real American hero after that in the letters. But yeah, no. They look really cool pieced together. I forget who it was on my Instagram that actually had these lined up all together. And again, it looks stunning, man. It looks great together. I like it. I'm a G.I. Joe fan, guys. So like, I think this is cool.
Nerd.
Yeah, I'm okay with being a nerd. We're here. It's Nerd Central, guys. We're in a safe space.
It's in a safe space, Landon. No,
we live that lifestyle here. You know, we are nerds.
Yeah.
I love that.
No. I would have to say, as Tivo said, it's not nerds, it's geeks, right?
Oh, that's right, Tivo. Yeah.
Yeah, we're geeks.
Number 7, G.I. Joe, a real American hero. Duke, number 1, a foil letter, 1 in 25, going for 4 times ratio. $100 for a raw near mint, 7-day trend of 126%. We're almost halfway there. What do we have for number 6, Lando?
Well, number 6, we have Captain Planet number 1, the Mark Spears eBay Live Earth Day Gold Virgin Foil. That was limited to 422 copies. This one coming out by Dynamite Entertainment in April 2025. Now, 90s kids, please unite. When this book was solicited, fans were keyed up. It's Captain Planet, a stalwart, albeit mostly forgotten icon from the 90s. Sad but true. Then Mark Spears got involved, as you can see with this book, and all bets were off. It's a simple Virgin version with some colors changed, but the limited aspect of it got collectors fired up. Some who turned up at the eBay live event and secured a copy were quick to flip that around, so some who missed out were able to snag a copy. We tracked 12 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 15% with a high sale of $57 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $35. Now,
That's pretty low considering it's only a 422 count.
yeah, I agree with you if you want to factor that. But I think Captain Planet's gone through some you know what I'm saying. Look at him. He's aged up. He's got a beard. I don't know what. He's got dad bod basically.
He's got
coming
dad
on
bod.
Dad bod's coming on next, bro. Like with that beard.
Dude, you're out of control, man. He's a dad bod.
But no, man. Like he's clearly aged up. I remember Captain Planet as well from the 90s. Dude, my cousin used to watch the hell out of that. And
Did he? I
yeah.
never got into this. I cannot speak on Captain Planet. I never got into it.
But look at him. Like I said, he's lost the mullet. He's now like fully grown up.
You remember the mullet?
Yeah, I do, dude. But yeah, man. I haven't read it. I know that, Captain Planet was definitely loved in the 90s. Like I said, my cousin watched the hell out of it. I watched it with him, but was it something I personally enjoyed? I was not crazy about it. But like I said, Captain Planet, Mark Spears is bringing eyes to pretty much almost everything. Second he gets involved, and it's amazing to see.
Yeah, but Lisa's saying this is still available for $19.99, guys. So I mean,
if that's the case, definitely don't go pay that.
I'm
not okay, guys. What I was trying to say, dad bod, is that like that's up next, like with a beard like that, and you could see, I think he's fully maturing, guys. Like he's grown up.
So because he's much older from the 90s, he's aged, he's got a beard, right? And so because of that, he's gonna get a dad bod. Is that what you're saying?
Next, dude. It's next. It's gotta come, man. It has to come.
Oh man,
dude, you're out of control tonight, buddy, man.
You broke Mark.
The beard works for him. The beard is basically a man's push-up bra, and it suits him well. So good for him.
A beard is a man's push-up bra.
It is.
Beard's man's push-up bra. Really?
You ever see me without a beard, man? You get scared.
You get scared.
Actually, no, I think that's probably true. I don't think I'd want to see Anthony.
No, you probably look like you're like probably 19 or something, wouldn't you?
I don't want to look any younger anymore.
Yeah, dude. Relish in that, man, because that's good stuff, dude. Relish in that.
Oh my god. Okay, number 6, Captain Planet. Number 1, Mark Spears, eBay Live Earth Day Gold Virgin Foil, limited to 422. No, it's not. That drives me nuts. Raw near mint, $57. 7-day trend of 51%. Yeah, green beard on the next show, and we have to make that happen.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
All right, we are halfway there, so make sure you guys are giving this show a thumbs up if you haven't already, and thank you guys for being here. We know there's a lot you could be out there watching, but you're here with us, and we appreciate it. Marty, what do we have for 5?
Yeah, bringing in 5 is The Incredible Hulk Volume 1, number 449, Marvel, January 1997. This book marks the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. It was a mega hot book when the movie was first announced, and it has been moving steadily since then. But now that the film has hit theaters, this book has gotten another bump. That typically means the movie is solid enough to get fans interested in picking up a copy of this book on the aftermarket. Or it was the final gasp of collectors aiming to secure it before the film took off. Either way, it was a hot one last week. We tracked 38 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 27%, with a high sale of $295 for a CGC 9.8 copy, and a current raw near mint fair market value of $53. Okay. So
that seems
first
reasonable. $50 for a near mint.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah,
I mean, unless it's going to be the characters, and you were saying Lando, that this has nothing to do with the actual characters in the movie itself, right?
No, exactly. As you can
Yeah.
see with
So-
the characters
yeah.
on the poster.
I think what fans are doing is they're going back to trying to get, because the movie did so well, they're going back to try to get like first appearances of Thunderbolt, of the group, itself, the team itself. And then I'm sure you'll probably see later on, depending on how well the movie still reviews, that you might see other books of the initial characters in the movie probably spike up a little bit as well.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. On the runners
And that's
up,
trend, and that's just trend, and I'm just, my opinion based off trend, of course, but that's what I saw.
yeah. On the runners up, like you'll see there's some Yelena books that have popped off, but the Thunderbolts, even in this book, there's no characters that are relevant to the ones we got on screen. But it's like you said, Marty, people are flocking to the first Thunderbolts, and there's nothing wrong with that. To be honest with you, I remember when news was first breaking that we were going to be getting a Thunderbolts movie, and this was like a little while ago. I would say like 2 years ago. I was trying to hunt this way before there was any announcement at all. And once the book took off, I just, I gave up. I said, let me hang tight and see how it comes down. And it did come down. But clearly copies did move since the release of the movie. And I think there's still room for this to come down.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but let's just say moving forward, I don't know if they're going to be addressed as the Thunderbolts. I'll leave it up.
Okay. All right.
That's out of the bag, isn't it?
Interesting.
Well, maybe we can't talk about it yet.
I don't know.
I've seen it everywhere. Number 5, The Incredible Hulk 449, a CGC 9.8, $295, 7-day trend of 27%. And this one is back again.
Oh, yeah. And I love it so much, guys. At number 4, we have Wolverine number 8, the Daniel Warren Johnson cover by Marvel that came out April 2025. Now, Daniel Warren Johnson is making a name for himself in the industry. There's Do a Powerbomb, The Moon is Following Us, and of course, Transformers. They've all been well received and lauded to a high degree. So when his name is attached to a project, fans are quick to tune in. And I'm one of those. I'm very guilty of that because I just simply love Daniel Warren Johnson. Now, add a little Wolverine to the Samurai Aztec, and dear God, do fans have a feast. It's been a heavy mover since it hit shelves, and it's not slowing down. We tracked 58 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 32%, with a high sale of $88 for a raw near mint copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $62. Now, I said it before, I'll say it again. I think this is a contender for one of the best covers coming out this year. I hope they don't burn it to the ground by coming out with so many different variants.
Yeah.
The 1 in 25 looks great. We spoke about that last week.
Yeah.
It looks great. I like it. I know that the second printing has, I believe, a white text instead of the red text where it says Wolverine, and I'm cool with it. But I really think everybody's going to be wanting to continue to buy the first print, no matter what. And I love it, man. The book inside, there's so much good stuff as well. I encourage everybody, although this is a cover grab, give it a read, man. Give it a read. I really think you guys are going to enjoy this.
Yeah. Ever since you brought up the barcode, though, I can't see past it.
It's annoying. It really is annoying.
So distracting. Like, put
It is distracting, isn't it? It really takes away from it.
Yeah. It's such an easy fix. Like, whoever at Marvel, just like take 10 seconds of your day and put it on the back.
Yep.
Anyway. All right, number 4, Wolverine number 8, Daniel Warren Johnson variant, a raw near mint coming in at a staggering $88 with a 7-day trend of 32%. What do we have for number 3, Marty?
Yeah, bringing in.
Nice.
Do you have that one?
I do. Yeah, Lucy got me into this a while back, and so I bought all the different covers. Yeah.
Look at this. Image always hitting it up. I mean, Stillwater number 1, Image September 2020. This is an under-the-radar book that littered dollar bins for quite some time. Then the announcement came last week that Amazon has secured the rights to produce a TV show, and nearly every reported outlet tied this potential project to their most recent success, Invincible. That generated a lot of cross interest and leading to some heavy aftermarket movement. And fans try to beat the price increase. We tracked 78 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 286%, with a high sale of $96 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $12. Okay, so what is the hype about this one?
It's a good. I mean, it's a good basis to the story. When you live there, you can't die. And it's Chip Zdarsky. Ugh.
Yes. And
There you
Zdarsky did an amazing thing with this. This is 18 issues long, guys. I loved it. I picked this up as well when it
Really?
had dropped. Yeah. And now it's being picked up. So this is going to be, I believe it's optioned or it's in the works. I don't remember if it was Amazon or who's picked it up.
It's Amazon.
Yeah.
Is it a horror? Is it horror? Because I'm looking
Yeah.
at the other
It
covers,
is, yeah.
right? It is
Yeah.
horror. Okay.
It's horror mystery because as Laura was saying, like you get this issue, like this issue 1, you have like these guys traveling into Stillwater, and they get into Stillwater, and guys like losing his shit because a kid like got pushed off of the roof. I'm just vaguely remembering here, guys.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, yeah.
yeah, he gets like pushed off the roof, and he's like, "What's going on? Somebody save this kid!" and whatever. And like the kid lives, and that's when you start to realize, okay, something's off here. And like nobody in Stillwater dies.
I think this just almost reminds me of an episode of Supernatural. I think, or one of the shows. You know, I think they showed like a where if you leave the town, then you can't leave the town. Yeah, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting.
Dude, I loved it. And like Laura was saying, Chip Zdarsky, like, dude, anything he touches, is like he's just so good. I love Zdarsky, and I feel like not enough people talk about what he just recently did, even at over at DC for Batman. I thought his run was very good. But I love this. If they bring this to Amazon or whatever platform it is that it's optioned for, hey, I'm all for this. I think this would make a great series.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And the interior on this one, I just remember Perez did such a good job of the art. The panels are like certain panels bug me in comic books, mostly Marvel actually. I have a hard time keeping my eyes to follow the panels the way I'm supposed to, but this is a good one. So
Guys,
shout out to both Chip and Ramon for creating such a good book. And Lucy, if you're out there watching, I remember you're the one that picked this on Comic Book Women a while back, and so we all read it.
There you go. But I was going to say, I've been reading comics.
Lucy.
I was going to say, Laura, the panel thing, like I've been reading comics since I was a kid. So like, I don't know, man, we can go back to like 10. I still have a hard time sometimes following the bubbles of like the reading pattern sometimes when they like are
I remember. Yeah. I had the same problem. But then you go back to read it again. You're like, okay, I think I'm supposed to do this first. And then
you're totally out of order, so the conversation's all jumbled.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It's so annoying, because I just, my ADHD, I just can't focus. I'm like, I just want to get through it and then go back to it later.
Hey, I'm guilty of that.
Good, because I felt stupid saying it out loud. I'm like, sometimes I can't read a comic book. Number 3, Stillwater number 1, raw near mint coming in at $96 and a 7-day trend, you guys, of 286%.
Damn!
Oh yeah,
Right.
Love it.
What do we have for number 2?
Oh, baby. At number 2, Ultimate Spider-Man issue 16. This is the Michael Walsh by Marvel from April 2025. You guys heard me say April 2025 many times tonight. Have you not?
Yeah.
Are you catching on by now?
Yeah.
New comics are dead, they said.
I'm catching what you're throwing, brother.
There you go.
I'm catching what you're throwing.
But this book hit the aftermarket hard, guys. LCS is sold out quickly as fans and casuals alike visited shops to secure a copy. Part of that is this book marks the first cover appearance of Richard Parker, the son of Peter, as Spider-Man. And of course, the suit. It's just so awesome, or at least the aftermarket thinks so. Similar to the Fear itself suit, but a new and awesome blend of the classic black suit and his blue and red suit. Fans typically show out for any new iteration of Spider-Man, and that trend continued last week We tracked 52 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 401% with a high sale of $30 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $27. Now, I have a lot of things to unpack when it comes to this issue, but I'll give it to you guys in rapid fire. Number one, I hate to give a cheap plug, but it is a very worthy plug. If you guys are not paying attention to the Lefteros picks of the week for FOC, you're heavily slacking. I encourage you to do so because I think maybe 4 books we spoke about tonight were all on his list, and that is in collaboration with Cover Price. So keep an eye out for those. Now, this cover, I like the suit. I like this Picotech suit that they have within the Ultimate run. It kind of reminds me of the Tobey Maguire Venom suit for some reason. You remember how horrible that movie was, but still, like I see shades, like you get shades of the actual Spider-Man suit, but you know, with the all black. This Picotech suit is basically, it gives me the symbiote vibes of the Ultimate Universe. Now, issue 13 of this run is the one you definitely want to keep an eye out for, because in that issue is the first time you see him as Spider-Man in the suit, right? And I'm talking about the son, not Peter Parker. We're talking about Richard Parker. So I encourage everybody, get on board, be reading Ultimate Spider-Man, because every issue, we're 16 issues in, and there's not been one like filler issue. Every issue has been monstrous. It's been amazing. I've loved every second of it. But yeah, I think if you're picking up this issue because of that, I highly encourage everybody to keep an eye out for issue 13. I think that's a sneaky one.
I love this, man. I love the homage of how Richard is, in a sense, taken on the mantle of his father, you know, almost like a very similar symbiote costume, just like you said, Lando.
Yeah.
Lando, you're 100% right. This is an amazing series, a great read. Richard Parker, like I said, it's so great to see this, and I love that this is the first cover appearance of him. Yeah. Keep an eye on this, man, because you know this is a key issue in my opinion. This is a key issue, and I definitely seen this going up a little bit more. Look at the 7-day trend. Look at that, 401%.
Yeah, dude, this
Jesus
the book,
Christ, man.
Yeah, the book just dropped, and one thing I want to point out, guys, is that we also just recently saw that we're getting the Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion book that's coming out very soon, and you could see him, Peter Parker, so he's lined up with his dad, just like in this issue. Like you could see them doing their thing together. But Miles Morales is going to be joining them from, you know, our Miles Morales from Earth 616. An incursion is going to happen, guys. And once this happens, do we see this character moving forward into the main timeline? Does Peter Parker from the Ultimate Universe bite the bullet like he did in the previous Ultimate Spider-Man run? Who knows? There's many routes this can go, but I do think everybody should keep an eye out for Richard Parker. I think this is all being done intentionally.
Yeah, I'm with Marty on this. Like, I was texting you. I'm like, do we have this book? Because I kind of want to keep one, hold it, because who knows what will happen with this character? The potential here for this thing just to keep on climbing. Yeah, I'm with you guys.
The cover pops. I mean, look, I love the use of Depth of Field in the background using the pink, and it just brings out, you know, Richard Parker in the forefront. So amazing work on this. I
like the hand-drawn stars. I think it kind of plays into that,
the
kid version of this. You know, it lets you know that you're looking at a kiddier version. Ultimate Spider-Man number 16, Michael Wash variant, a raw near mint coming in at $30 and a 7-day trend of 401%.
Wow.
How do you beat that? All right. Last but not least, Marty, what do we have for number 1?
Yeah, we might beat it with.
Yeah.
VeeFriend number 2, sealed collector pack, limited to 3,000, VeeFriends LLC, May 2025. This surprise top 10 entry, and even more surprising, number 1, breaks the comic release norm in a big way. Gary Vaynerchuk, aka Gary V, the entrepreneur behind VaynerMedia, launched VeeFriends, a NFT project featuring 283 hand-drawn characters that embody traits like empathy and ambition. offering holders access to exclusive events, community perks, and cross-platform storytelling. The brand's comics debut began with the Gift Goat bundle, sealed limited to 555, featuring an exclusive cover by J. Scott Campbell, distributed only to select NFT holders and now selling for $3,000 to $4,650 on secondary markets. This past weekend, issue number 2 dropped via a VeeFriend Whatnot live stream as blind pack mini comics with limited covers and sketch variants. Of the 3,000 copies printed, 1,000 sold out in 19 seconds at $19.99. That's $19.99, with the rest selling out the next day at $24.99 via the VeeFriend website. So, how did it hit this week's top 10 lists? Pre-sales listing flooded the aftermarket, with 60 aftermarket sales tracked, peaking $150 and now settling at $61 fair market value. Even with the dip, it still tripled the cover price in just 2 days. What's especially notable is how it drew in buyers outside the traditional comic market, making this a compelling case study in how brand power can drive demand. We tracked 61 copies sold at a 7-day growth trend of 100%, with a high sale of $150 for a near mint raw copy and a current raw near mint fair market value of $61. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, so Jen actually pinged me before the show, and she's like, Gary Vee is one of the reasons why I quit, my day job and started working in comics instead. She said that he's just like a very passionate entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with this at all.
No, I'm not either. But I'm very curious about the read, how it mentions offering certain things like ambition, right? And what was the other thing? Ambition and empathy. So that's kind of interesting. That a comic book like this would reach more of an emotional aspect of most readers.
May 6th, 2025 is the official date that the young guy of this show is now considered old, because I have no idea what this is. Excuse me. What are these new characters I'm hearing about? 287. Is this Pokemon style? Like, I'm guys, I'm confused. I'm intrigued at the same time.
Yeah.
NFT stuff always throws me off too, and that's where this kind of got big. I didn't know there was a J. Scott Campbell NFT exclusive. This is blowing my mind. We should know something about this, right? But all three of us are just like, bloop.
I'm flabbergasted.
Yeah, but Marty, you said I'm flabbergasted. But you were saying,
I'm dumbfounded.
Yeah,
we don't know.
You were saying something about how like this is like characters that are like building self-confidence or something for people. So I mean it's cool. I really want to know more about this, because like is this the next Pokemon, or is that what we're sleeping on? Like,
so you gotta ask Lucy, right? You said it was Lucy that kind of turned you on to.
Jen was really like
Jen. Okay.
Yeah. I'll have
So
to find
you
out
gotta
some
ask her.
more.
Yeah, you have to find out.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at all this. So it's a blind pack mini comic with limited covers. So it's 1,000 of them sold for $20, and the rest of them sold for $25. And then the aftermarket just exploded with this.
I'm flabbergasted. I am.
That's the word of the day, guys.
It's absolutely inconceivable.
I'm going to work tomorrow, and I'm just going to say that in all meetings. All meetings.
I can imagine you, Lando. You're just sitting at a meeting. Someone says something stupid. I'm just so sorry.
Yeah, but guys, I want to know more.
You got to make sure you spit when you say it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. This is interesting, guys. I want to know more. Seriously, this VeeFriends thing seems pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm going to find out more. So number 1, VeeFriends. Number 2, the sealed collector pack limited to 3,000 with a raw near mint coming in at $150 and a 7-day trend of 100%. I want to look up the J. Scott Campbell one now, though. That's the one I'm curious.
Yes,
I want to see what the NFT is like. Huh?
Yeah, I want to see that. Like, I want to know what's going on.
Me too. Anyway, that was it for us tonight, guys. Let's do a quick round table. We'll start with you, Lando.
Guys, it was an amazing time. Top 10 was always, it's always a blast, man. I love
Yeah,
the
it is.
top 10. I love seeing how new comics seem to be the trend every week.
Mm.
So, guys, it's healthy. The hobby's doing just fine. Don't listen to what others are saying. Buy what you like. As you saw, many great books, great stories out there. And I got to kick it with great people like Marty, Laura, but most importantly, this amazing chat who shows up every Tuesday, every Thursday to kick it with us. So we appreciate you guys. Much love, Marty.
All I have to say is thank you for joining us as always. We had a great, amazing time. Had fun. You know, I have to hold my laugh a lot because some of the things. Oh my God, Alex! Thank you, brother.
No,
$5 super chat, man.
I mean, does he have to do it now?
Thank you,
what was
sir.
the-
Thank you.
What was the terms here?
I'll
Is this
go.
happening?
I'll go as short as possible without looking like a baby. How about that? Is that fair or no?
What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
My
Oh,
wife.
shave
Baby
his beard
is
for
beard
next
off.
week. Yeah.
My-
I don't know.
If I do it, I'll film my kids waking up and post it on Instagram. They're like, ah!
Yeah.
Screaming.
Who is that?
Yeah, they just want
You
to mess
guys-
with you. Green hair.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
We love
Terry.
it. We have fun doing it, right? Our antics and our banter. That's what makes the show fun. And we thank you for joining us. You guys make the show fun. Hell of some great funny comments out there tonight. I really had to suppress my laughter because once I get the laughing, I get the laughing, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Tuesday night live. If you're here and if you're watching us on the rewind, we really, really appreciate your guys taking time to watch us and enjoy and have fun. May the comic gods and a spirit of our wonderful, blessed friend TiVo continue to bless your long boxes and fill them with gold, silver, copper, modern, bronze, ancient comics.
Yeah.
Excelsior!
My bad.
Excelsior. That's it, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
For the entire crew, this is TiVo saying keep digging in them long boxes. Peace out.